As Pontiac owners reflect on their dream cars, they hope this is not the end of an era, that the Pontiac will survive stronger and be more powerful than ever. ODOT plans on closing this road, making it a cul-de-sac. The idea is to block off all access from the main intersection. This is the biggest fundraiser for Angels for Animals. Right now, it's the $5 sale. Anything you could fit in a box that's able to be carried out of the building is yours for just $5. With more local news, I'm Robyn Musgrove. While One Stop can't do the unemployment filing for you, they can get you online to get the process going. And they say the sooner, the better. About 500 dilapidated homes in the city of Youngstown will be demolished or rehabilitated in a few months, thanks to approximately $3 million. Neighborhoods like Rick Rounds are being targeted to rehab or tear down vacant homes. Rounds maintains his front yard, unlike the two unkept lawns at the abandoned houses across the street.
I think it's a good idea to rehab them, and this neighborhood, would retain its value because I think it's a nice historic neighborhood that deserves to stay that way.
Parents like Chris Brown agree, worried about the safety of their children.
I think it's actually a really good idea because a lot of these homes are run down and they're attracting animals and criminals, so I'm all for it, 100%.
The city has created maps to pinpoint the specific areas where there is a slump in the housing market.
So that map kind of coincides with this map of where most of the foreclosures are, concentrated areas of foreclosure. And that was the criteria that HUD established for where you needed to target these funds.
The federal government is giving the city of Youngstown $2.7 million to demolish or rehabilitate homes much like this one.
The majority of our funding we're going to use for demolition. 1.3 of the 2.7 is going to go towards demolition.
In addition to the federal money, Mahoning County is giving the city another $400,000 to go toward demolition costs. With more local news, I'm Robyn Musgrove.
If he's shooting at the car, which is what he admitted.
The trial of Curtis Young wrapped up this morning with closing arguments. The prosecution stressing the location of where Young was positioned when he fired a single shot into Helen Moore's vehicle.
Boom, hit right here, comes out here. When she sees the gun, her son is sitting next to her here. Ladies and gentlemen, he sees the gun. Boom, boom. That's how it happened. That's what the evidence shows.
The defense made one last attempt to defuse the testimony of Moore's daughter Ashley and reiterate Young's claim of self-defense.
For whatever it takes, a bullet to go in Helen, the back of her neck, and launching in Siani. Whatever position they were in, that determines the path of that bullet. All of those reasonable alternatives. And that's the only thing that determines the path of that bullet, and that doctor told you that.
The jury received the case shortly after 1. They came back to court briefly to ask for the copy of the 911 tape and the police statement from Ashley Moore, but they were denied those requests. The jury stopped deliberating for the day at 7 p.m. and will resume tomorrow morning at 9. With more local news, I'm Robyn Musgrove.
This is 21 News, 11 p.m.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Robyn Musgrove. A shooting in East Liverpool leaves one man injured. It happened around 8 last night in the downtown area near the corner of West 7th and Jackson Street. Police say the victim was allegedly shot in the face. He was taken to East Liverpool City Hospital, where he was later transferred to another facility. Police aren't saying if they have any suspects in mind. The name of the victim has not yet been released. The road ahead for General Motors is so difficult that experts say a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing is all but inevitable. To remake itself outside of court, GM must persuade bondholders to swap $27 billion in debt for 10% of its risky stock. GM must also work out deals with its union, announce factory closures, cut or sell brands, and force hundreds of dealers out of business. And that all has to happen within the next 3 weeks. If it can't finish in time, the company will follow Detroit competitor Chrysler into bankruptcy protection. Police are investigating a shooting this weekend in downtown East Liverpool. Details as one person is hospitalized. And looking for a job? We'll tell you where you can apply for positions at the new Walmart that's coming to Liberty. Plus, Mother's Day by the dozens. how 3 generations are honoring the matriarch of their family. Those stories and more local news tonight on 21 News at 11.